Hello and welcome back to English Shadowing Podcast, your space to listen, repeat, shadow, and learn English at a slow, natural pace. I'm Alex, and I'm happy you're here. In this episode, I speak slowly. I use clear, simple words, and I build ideas step by step so you can shadow my voice, practice your speaking, and build your confidence along the way. Today, we will explore how to never forget English words. Not just quick tricks, but full ideas. What makes words stick in your mind? What happens when you use them every day? What is your word remembering routine like? By the end of this episode, you will be able to remember English words using clear and natural sentences. Let's begin. Why is it important to practice never forgetting English words? It's important because words are real. They're the building blocks of every sentence you say. You use them every day. You know the feeling of learning a word but losing it later. This method changes that. You don't need long lists or hard drills. You don't need special apps or hours of study. You just need to connect words to your life. You can link a word to an action, what you see when you use it. Here's the best part. When you practice remembering words this way, you're building real English, useful English, English that stays with you in conversations. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to try. When you tie words to stories, you begin to recall them naturally. You begin to speak more fluently. You use simple connected sentences. You stop searching your mind and you feel more confident when talking. Let's take an example. Imagine you learn the word window. A clip says, open the window. Open the window. If you've practiced, you can shadow and remember it. You can say, I opened the window to see the sky. Now, that's a lasting word. That's real memory. And that is your goal. Even if you are busy, even if you're not in class, even if you forget easily, you can still build English by shadowing video clips on words. So when a word slips away, start with something simple. What does this word mean to me? Why do I use it? What did I see with this word today? Where can I find it in clips? What will I remember next? These questions anchor words. They help you link meanings. They build strong memory habits. They help you think in full sentences without force. You can do this in quiet moments to review words. You can do this during breaks to connect ideas. You can even shadow on the go with your phone. The key is connection. Use words in context. Don't force recall. Just engage. And the more you practice, the stronger it becomes. One word today, a group tomorrow, a full talk next week. So today, let's build that skill together, one clip at a time, one shadow after another. Okay. Let's start at the foundation of remembering, the basic connections. Basic connections are a very important part of your memory. They link words to life. They give you recall, and they're a perfect way to shadow clips in English, even for short times. Now, let's practice some simple connection sentences together. If you'd like, pause the video and repeat each one slowly, just like shadowing. I connect words to pictures. Now, if you want, try repeating that. Sometimes I connect words to actions I do. Now you can repeat if you'd like. If I forget, I connect to a story. I think about meanings for a few minutes and feel secure. I like to take a clip and link my experience. Then I feel words stay. I go to my mind and connect examples. I connect slowly and carefully for 2 words. Then I use them in sentences. It helps me hold on. Sometimes I connect to feelings, especially if words are emotional. When I connect, I like to add details or real uses. After connecting, I feel words are mine and shadow them. I try to keep my connections personal and strong. Strong. Sometimes my connections are about places or people. If I have weak recall, I find fresh links. Next, I move to my practice spot and begin shadowing. I usually do something easy, like shadowing a clip with the word. Sometimes I say it in my day. If I have more time, I shadow a short scene. I like to connect without effort so I can retain. I sip water most sessions. Sometimes I sip tea because it feels relaxing. While connecting, I sometimes note links or check clips. Other days, I just focus on the feel and listen to my thoughts. Before I finish, I think about my strength. I look at what stuck and feel proud. I review my connections to see if they work. I pack my mind with words, my links, ideas, and small holds. Then I close my session and apply. Okay, let's shadow a story. My word connection routine. In this part, I will tell you a short story about my word connections. You can listen, then shadow each sentence if you'd like. You can pause after each line to repeat it slowly. Are you ready? Let's begin. In word connection, I usually start with common verbs. Sometimes I start with nouns if they're useful. I sit for a few minutes and think about uses. I list my links, take a breath, and slowly build. Then I watch a clip and connect for 2 minutes. After that, I test if it sticks. It really helps me remember. If I feel loose, I add a personal touch. I often think of daily life while I connect. It makes me secure and ready. After thinking, I try using the word. I say a sentence or finish a thought. I take a short break to let it settle. During the break, I walk and relax. I see connections outside and feel calm. Then I go back to words until I own them. I check my recall and feel good. At the end, I close the practice and plan more. Okay, let's say a few final practice sentences together. Again, you can repeat right after me if you'd like. Every connection is a little different, but I try to follow a good pattern. When I connect in English, I feel more solid. I'm proud of my memory, and I will keep going. Now, let's move to the challenges, the hard parts of remembering. Many people face challenges in remembering. Some feel overload, some get distracted, some lose focus. Whatever you face, challenges are a good time to use English. Even if they're tough, you can still think. You can still repeat. You can still practice, even for just 5 or 10 minutes. Let's learn some common challenge sentences together. If you'd like, repeat after me, slowly and clearly. When I feel overload, I choose fewer words. Sometimes I feel distracted after I start. I focus my mind and try again. I often use quiet places for better recall. I usually take a break when I feel weak. Sometimes I change clips to get fresh. If I lose, I remember my past wins. I like to list 3 easy fixes. In the hard time, I sit quietly and breathe deeply. I see strength inside and feel better. Then I go back to connecting until I hold. I check my efforts and feel strong. At the end of the challenge, I feel tired but victorious. Now, let's shadow a challenge story. My challenge routine. Listen first, then shadow each sentence if you'd like. Pause to repeat slowly. Ready? Let's go. In a challenge, I notice it at about midday. Sometimes I feel it sooner if words are many. I stop for a few minutes and think about the block. I list my issues, take a breath, and slowly solve. After that, I pick one word and connect for 2 minutes. It really helps me forward. If I feel down, I watch a fun clip. I often share my struggle with a note. It makes me feel supported and ready. After sharing, I try simple links. I connect a word or finish a pair. I take a 5-minute break to refresh my mind. During the break, I drink water and think. I see calm outside and feel better. Then I return to connecting until evening. I review my progress and feel good. At the end, I end the challenge and plan ahead. Okay, let's practice a few more sentences. If you'd like, repeat after me. Challenges are common, but solvable. I learn from my hard times. I'm happy when I remember well. Now, let's go to the successes, the good parts of remembering. Successes are when many people feel joy. Some celebrate, some share, some keep connecting. It's a good time to use English in a happy way. Let's practice some success sentences. Repeat if you'd like. In success, I finish at 9 o'clock. I change my mood to positive. I note my holds in my journal. I make simple lists like words remembered. Sometimes I share if I'm excited. I think with joy or alone. We talk about wins while celebrating. After that, I test new words. Then I relax and think of more. I watch a clip or read a text. If I have energy, I shadow more. I like to message a pal and share. Before bed, I prepare for tomorrow. I set my alarm and sleep well. Now, let's shadow a success story. My success routine. Listen and shadow if you'd like. Ready? In success, I notice it at about evening. Sometimes I feel it sooner if I recall fast. I pause for a few minutes and smile about the whole. I list my joys, take a breath, and slowly celebrate. Then I open my log and rate my good points for 2 minutes. After that, I read them with a happy voice. It really helps me stay positive. If I doubt past, I recall this win. I often think of next words while I celebrate. It makes me eager and ready. After thinking, I share with a group or friend. I tell a short tale or send a note. I take a moment to enjoy with calm. During the moment, I sip a drink and reflect. I feel pride inside and feel calm. Then I plan for more until night. I check my growth and feel strong. At the end, I close my day happy. Okay, that's our practice for how to never forget English words. Thank you for joining English Shadowing Podcast. If this episode on how to never forget English words helped you, please subscribe on YouTube for more. Like the video and comment below. What's one word you never forget? Your comments help us connect. See you next time.